Hello. Yeah. Sawadika. Good morning. In saying good morning, they have so many languages here that I would like to mention a little bit. Since we have Nongnut from Laos, those is Thai. But how Laotian people greeting in the morning, ka kun Nongnut?
They would say Sabaydi.
And how about Cambodia?
Cambodia say Arun Susai.
Arun Susadai.
And in Bhutan we say Kuzusambo.
Okay, we have Spidey, Arun Sosai, and then Kuso Sampo. So I think that we also have from other countries, isn't it? If I'm not wrong, we have from Myanmar, right? So Nong, how is Nong is here? Okay, anyhow, Myanmar people, they will say Mengaraba. And how about Sri Lanka, Ka Achara, Kunachara? How's the Sri Lankan? Pardon? Super Odessa. Okay, it's correct. Okay, that's correct. And any languages. And then we have two Dutch gentlemen here. How the Dutch people greeting in the morning. Good morning. Okay. Any country that not yet we have is Makarady.
We did like Shubo Shokal.
Shubu Shoga. Shoga. Okay. And the Japanese, oh yeah, please.
Vietnam.
Yeah. What is that?
Vietnam.
How about Vietnamese?
Corona, but I can't speak.
Yeah, what is that?
Xin chào.
Xin chào. Okay. And we have the Japanese Ryoko and Mr. Kato. I guess they said konnichiwa. Konnichiwa for good morning. He said, yeah. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, konnichiwa. So that is our second day, and we hope that we will have the whole energy for this today and tomorrow. And today, very important, not only 2 panels this morning, but in the afternoon. I hope that we will learn a lot from our resource person. So many people eager to tell more. Now, we would like to ask our guest speaker today, why you create market? Why you come across the idea? And Makarady is come from CEDAC as a civil society organization, the most biggest in Cambodia. Why you think you need market? And Sangay as extensionist, the agricultural extensionist. Why you think that you have to be Sangay farmer and make yourself as a symbolic of young people who create social entrepreneur? But we would like to start with the lady first now. Foppes-Ayamuang. Very interesting her profile. In fact, she's Thai. She graduated from Nongnut University at soil side. And Hans told that next year it will be the year of soil. FAO will declare and have a lot of activity that we prepare to celebrate our soil. And that is her background. And then later on, she further her study. She just switched me. My husband support me to study at Wageningen University in the Netherlands. And she had 2 daughters, and she told that inspired her to start the healthy products. And that named Chawan product for healthy living. So would like to ask Nongnut, why you think that you want to start your green products and start a market, please.
We need the PowerPoint.
Good morning, everybody. And Sabaydi, and Tan Purot Samana. So I'm going to switch to English only, so to make it easy for everyone. This is our.
Maybe you can sit here. Okay.
Our company called Suan. So.
เลื่อนเองเลยนะครับกดอันนี้เลื่อนไปข้างหน้าเป็นไปข้างหลังนะครับ
So how we start our enterprise or our business? This has happened when I came back to Laos in 1998. I first came to Laos in 1993 to live in Luang Prabang with my husband. So by that time I had one daughter, so and the second one came, of course. And then I went to Holland to study, and I came back in 1998. So when we came back, this is our daughter. You can see her now, how big she is.
Okay.
So our daughter, they used to live in Holland while I studied, so they get used to the good quality dairy product in Holland. So when we came to Laos, there is nothing there. So I start making this kind of yogurt, just first of all for my family only. Then how it started from the first time. The thing is, it's a coincidence. I don't know. I don't even want to start a business. First of all, we just want to support our family consumption. But later, a friend of our kids and the parents of a friend of our children, they have been able to try. So they said, hey, they like it, and they said, why don't you start a business? Why don't you make and sell in the market? We would love to buy. So that's how we start. Well, we start with, among the expat community first, because we are foreigners who live in Vientiane. So it's the Vientiane is a very small city. Everybody knows everybody. So I think at that time we were very lucky. It's starting the business, the food sector that no one else started. So we are the first one. So first of all, we use our kitchen to make the product, to start slowly in the market and start to look for a small outlet. At that time also, Vientiane become booming also. A lot of mini-marts start to emerge. So everything is just a base of luck and a combination of everything. So we registered our company in the 2004 because in Laos, when you have your own business like that, you need to register. And it has to be under control by the Department of Hygiene, everything. So in 2004, we start to register enterprise in a local name. It's not a foreign investment. It's just a very small company. So we call ourselves Sawan. Sawan in Thai you say Chawan. Sawan means villagers. It's simple. So our product is very simple. Simple packaging, simple method of making, and simple people who do this. But the quality is not simple. This is something that it's hidden in that everything simple, but the quality it's not simple. So as I explained earlier, that we start in the 2002. This is only for family, and looking for us a new market, try to sell a little bit. So we use only a few my neighbor to help. And most of the product we sell, we target at the international school first, because this product is good for kids. I mean, it's a dairy product, so every parent happy to pay for this. So we start from the international school and in the international community. So it becoming popular all the time, more and more. But by that time we have problem. We never have enough fresh milk. We have to always take fresh milk from Thailand to process into yogurt. Because our yogurt made from fresh milk, not from powdered milk. So we find a combination of local fruit like mulberry, passion fruit. So those kind of things that you cannot buy in the market from a big brand like Dachi or like Foppes, those kind of fresh produced fruit sauce. So our different, we differentiate our product by using everything fresh, everything homemade. So all the fruit are fresh fruit. And yogurt made from fresh milk, so that's very different from the commercial one. So when we start, we produce like 400 liters a month, of 10 years ago. Yeah, but nowadays we come up like almost 5,000 liters per month. So it's still not a very big, but this is a size that we can still handle as a home scale, as an enterprise. After we have been knowing the recipe, knowing some client, so at that time there were one dairy farm in Laos called Nabong Dairy. So now Nabong Dairy, they already produce fresh milk like a volume of 500 liters a day, but they couldn't sell their product because they have no idea about marketing or about where to sell and how to sell. At that time also a problem of influx milk from Thailand also start entering Laos. So the competition for the same price and for the even better quality. So the Nabong start to invite us to get involved with developing the product. So we've been helping the dairy farm in Laos to do the marketing, to process. We gave them the recipe that what we were making to teach Nabong dairy farm to make yogurt. In the return, we could use their land. They give us like 2 or 3 hectares of land to do our farm. So by doing that combination, I have my staff, my employee working in the farm. We grow some vegetables, some salad, some fruit like passion fruit. Those growing it, my main intention was to study only how it works. Since we can make yogurt with passion fruit, with mulberry, but we like to know how much it costs and how much work involved. So if you are the processor, you buy material from supplier, you need to understand also how all ingredients have been produced and when it comes in a year, so you can plan your processing. So by doing that, we have students, we invite students to work with us, which you only provide them with food and house. This is something low cost that a lot of enterprise could do. I mean, you can give them a topic. Say, I like to study this, I would like to know the result. Can you do the study? And then you provide them with transport, we contact people. So this kind of work, the student can run everywhere because they are full of energy, so they can do a lot of things for you. This is something that I involve in my enterprise. So with Nabong, it didn't go that well because the problem of the hygiene and having a factory within the farm is very difficult to keep it clean. Because they have dairy farm and then they have processing, which only 50 meters away from the stable, which is you cannot keep it clean, full of flies. So we learned the lesson also that if you have a processing unit, it should be far away from the stable, because in a tropical country it's very difficult to keep it clean. And bacteria, the number of bacteria grow rapidly within 2-3 hours. So you get contamination very quick. So the problem of Nabong, it's gone, and now we should start ourselves. So we take milk from Nabong to continue again at our place. So by doing that, we continue having fresh milk from Nabong, but later it turned out that Nabong is not doing well, the farm is going downhill, and then at the end they went bankrupt. But our business is going well, but then we don't have any raw material. So we have to again continue importing milk from Thailand up to now. So we are now using 100% fresh milk from Thailand, from Khon Kaen. Every week we have to collect 1,000 liters or more for processing. We make into different products also. We make different kind of yogurt, like low-fat yogurt, full-fat Greek yogurt, sour cream, quark. So many different products came out from the same fresh milk. This is something that after some years you start to develop more product out of the same material. So right now our turnover it's stable for the last 5 years. Yeah? But the proportion of our product, yogurt, it's getting less. It doesn't mean it's less volume, but we have other products also like coming up, like jam, juice. When you have product like passion fruit or mulberry, you can do many more things with that. You can make jam, you can make squash, you can make, if you have tomato, you can do sun-dried tomato, you can do many things with the same material. So you have to be a little bit more creative, I think, and also you should be good at cooking or something like that. So our product derive even from pumpkin like this, you can make into pumpkin spread, put on bread. So Vientiane is a very international city, full of foreigners, so full of different kind of strange food, I would say, but tastes good, a very good quality. So people are happy to pay that for the quality they get. So that we buy a lot of ingredients from different farmers, like at least to more than 50 local householders. Like from mulberry, we buy it's 100% organic fruit. But the thing is, we cannot claim our product as the organic because all the ingredients are not organic. So we claim our product as a safe and natural product without preservative, without food additive. But it's not organic, not 100% organic, because processed food, you need many ingredients from different sources, so that's why it's not okay to say organic product, but our product is more healthy product, no preservative, and it more of the product that pay more attention to how we process and pay attention to everything. The key factor of our success, I wouldn't say it is success, but we are still developing. We are at this stage after 10, 12 years, so we are starting from 3 to 4 people. We are now having like 25 employees. 25 employees, 7 are handicapped people. So we try to give job to disadvantaged people to give them opportunity to be able to support themselves. We have like this employee on the picture all day. They couldn't hear. So we, as a company, we have to learn sign language when we employ people. This is a kind of training in the company. Our normal employee have to learn sign language, so we organize sign language lesson every Wednesday. When we start employing deaf people, so we know a little bit how to communicate. So I can see that this handicap, they have ability to work, but they need opportunity to get to show them their skill. They are very good at handwork, and and at least one thing, they don't talk when they work. So that's one thing I observed. So they can continue working, and but when they talk, they don't work at all because they use hand. So you have to make sure that they don't talk, or they use nowadays you have smartphone. So these employees, they all have smartphones, so we can easily communicate with them through Facebook, through Line, through WhatsApp. So for us, somehow the sign language become our sign language doesn't develop further. Only because we use the tool, and it is something that I think we have to also be aware of that. Because we don't talk, but we chat a lot. And the employee also, when they work there all the time, we say, look, we have to pick up your telephone, and after 12 o'clock you can whatever, you can Skype, you can, but not when you work, because I said when you work you use your hand. It's not like our, but we talk, we have to put mask, but our hands still can do something. But with employee, I said, okay, telephone in the locker, please, and finish your work first. And I think the key of success, otherwise this employee, that it really increase your value, your image to the company, that you give opportunity to the disadvantaged people. This is something that customer very happy to hear the story of your product. Legend of your product is very important. How your product has been produced, how you get your ingredient, how you involve the worker, and whatever. This kind of thing, it will add the value to your product. It make a good story of the product. And the thing success, another one is we are the first one who have started this 10 years ago. That's something that if you are the first, of course you can be you can be the best, or you can be the number one always if you continue developing. But if you are the first, but you never try to improve to continue to develop and improve your product, your competitor can easily catch you also. So I think be the first and continue to be the first, and always try to be the first, to be number one, I would say. And then the thing is with our product, we also be focused on quality. It's very important. Quality has to be very, very stable, first of all. Good. It doesn't have to be extremely good, but you have to make sure that your quality is good enough, and all year round, not vary. But every product that you produce, it has to taste the same all year round. The sweetness is the same, the sourness is the same. This thing by monitoring all the time in your processing. Yeah, this is very important. Someday you can have very tasty yogurt, and next day not so tasty, and this is not good, because when you have product, your quality has to be constantly good, but not super good someday and bad the other day. So this is very difficult with small scale processor, because all the material come from different locations and from different time of the year. So the quality of ingredient is not the same. Even fresh milk. If you take fresh milk in winter time, it's very nice. It has much more fat content. This you have to know also, because the cow they are more happy in the cold weather. They eat more and they rest more. They chew more, so the body produce more of fat in the milk. But in dry season, we have the quality of milk is very low, because the cattle stop eating. and they drink too much, and then of course milk is very watery. Then you need to standardize your material also. This is something that after a while you will learn this. That okay, why the quality is not the same? You need to answer your question why. Even it failed, you have to know why it failed. Even you success, you have to know why is a very good key to continue to make you curious, to find the answer. It's always good to you. Even if it fails, you learn something. For me, it's very important. Even if it's not going well, I know I'm learning something also. As I explained earlier, that we have many women employees, and we start from 3 people, including myself, and now we come up to 25. And I don't think we're going to grow bigger than this, because we think that this is a good scale that we can still handle the thing. And we are very happy to work together, working happy team and things like that. But for my opinion, that this kind of business model can be replicated somewhere else, or to other community or into Laos. Because running a business, you don't have to be very big. If you can really support yourself, and you can, I would say very similar, you can pay all the bill, and you can maintain your equipment, everything. That means you are doing well. So you're doing okay. We don't want to make like a big. I'm sorry to say like CP or thing like no. It's not our. We don't want to be a big employee, a big enterprise. Small but premium good quality and loyal to customer. Because our customer will never make any advertisement for this kind of product. It's a word of mouth. So as I explained earlier, that we want to remain a cottage style industry. This is something is very, very charming. I think small but beautiful. Yeah. Then you can focus on the quality, and you can focus on the other part, like a social part, employee well-being, a lot of things. You can have interaction with your employee. You know about everything about their life, about their problem. So in our company, we have lunch together. This is a very important moment to get to know each other, to share even to lunch, having one meal together is very nice. I think you even with your family is the same. When you can get one meal together, it's something that I cannot explain. You have to really try yourself, with your employee also. Our strategy is still that when we employ people, we never ask what kind of education you have. Never ask. If they like to work with us, if we think they can do with us, okay, we let them try in every sector, like making yogurt or do the packing or do whatever. Then let them try different sectors. Then we will know what kind of job that fit to them most. If they like students, when they come to do training with us or do the internship, a lot of them get job after, because we think they are good for this job or good for that job. So we never really announce for looking for people to work. With the on-the-job training is the most important, and give the right job to the right person. So that's why I spend a lot of time with this kind of, internal, social contact with my employees. So I know exactly which one is good at what. This is a typical yogurt. Our yogurt saban is very simple. This is the most popular one, with 600 grams plain yogurt. This thing is sold most of our production. This thing go to like supermarket, go to hotels, or go to cafe or restaurant, or even household consumer, like a family of expats, they will eat like a cup or 2 cups per day. If you have 4 people, this is fit just one serving, one breakfast. It's 600 grams, so each person take 150 grams. So if you are a family like my family, 4 person, 1 cup just perfect, and it's cheaper. We try to convince them also, bigger packaging, it's cheaper, it uses the same labor force, uses the same time, the same temperature, and so that's why you get cheaper. This kind of information you always have to keep explaining customer why it's cheaper, why it's better, and they always say, why your packaging is not so nice, why it's not so beautiful like a big brand. This packaging, if you want to pay more, fine, we can do that, but you have to pay more than this. It's not I will add another 3,000 gig or something. That if the customer happy to pay, we will do. That's not a problem. But when they understand that, I think they appreciate. They appreciate simple packaging. They say this is the minimal waste that you can get. You can produce from per consumer.
How much is that?
This one in retail we sell for 100 baht, I would say. 100 baht for retail. Yeah, for wholesale it's like 80 baht. Very simple way of making. They use normal scale, but the quality hygiene is very important because our yogurt has a shelf life of 3 weeks. It has to be cold all the time. But then if the customer buy and carry 2 hours outside, of course it will not last up to 3 weeks. I think communication with customers is very important. We have our distribution unit. This is only started 3 years ago. We have a factory, we have a house, and we have the delivery, everything in one compound. So it was very, I say it's too much a headache that I have my own house and my factory and my distribution. So we have 25 people during the daytime who in and out or non-stop to my private property, I would say. So at the end, I decided to split the part of the distribution out of the factory part. So this is how we start our distribution unit. We have a small shop outlet which focusing at customer has a complaint unit or compliment or whatever. So if they want to buy just 1 or 2 cups, they just come to this shop. Please don't come to the factory because it really disturbs the working environment of our employee and also they bring contamination also. We try to avoid that. So if they want to visit our factory, they first have to make an appointment here. And okay, we can arrange the visit because we have a kind of a factory visit also. This is a way of marketing your own, the same as Father Bob he did to his farm also. This is the same. If they want to see our production, okay, organize and make sure that we allow you to a certain time. And it's good marketing. Next day you can see the booth of sale going up also. This is our employee who's handicapped. She couldn't move, but she lives not so far from our place. Her father organized a small, how you call it, electric. Like in the golf course. Yeah? So she could come to work by herself. She can sit here the whole day, she doesn't mind because she couldn't move anyway. And she's very good with her hand, even she couldn't walk, but she can put the sticker on the cup easily, so everything we prepare in advance. Her job is sitting there, smiling and talking to customers. I mean, if you have put handicapped people, even you're a small, the product or they complain, when they see the girl, they say, not too bad, okay. They don't expect too much service out of us. Most of the shop, you have to have a person who's smiling and give everything and know everything. No, but with her case, when they see her, she couldn't walk. Okay, I do myself. And they just pick up things like that. There's something you have to use. Handicap really bring you a lot of things that you cannot expect. You have to look at the other side. They bring a lot of positive image to your enterprise. I mean, it doesn't have to be handicapped. It can be this and one, the ethnic group or ethnic minority, those kind of things help a lot. I think it really boosts, they bring up your image. This is my team. So, our delivery is very simple. We use truck and we use the tricycle. This is the lowest, the low cost. But Vientiane is very small. Everywhere we deliver, it takes like 15 minutes. Yeah? And we have to replan the route very well. It's getting more busy now, so we have to make sure that everywhere we have to reach the shop within 15 or 30 minutes. Because it put everything in the cold box and ice cube, so it just goes. Or we can invest on the cold truck, but we are such a small enterprise. Somehow we have to think how much is going to give you back. I mean, when can you pay back all those kind of things? You have to be very careful with the investment, the size of investment, or to improve your business, to see how long it's going to take you to pay back those kind of things. Yeah? So we are now at the level of maybe a cold truck, but then they said, no, in Vientiane it's impossible to go with cold truck because the road is so narrow and the traffic was so bad. The best is still the tricycle. Yeah. The fastest way, you can go any length, any soil, and very quick. Yeah? So this is something that, I mean, you have to also think about logistics and the infrastructure of that location. Also, what is the best transportation that you can apply in your. This is for us so far. This is still the best. We have 2 deaf, of course. Even 2 deaf people can easily deliver things very easy because we use Facebook to communicate. We they all very much into the internet connection. So for us, it's very easy. They go to the shop and they check exactly, and they send information to the office, and the lady in the office put everything in the box and with the bill, and they go. This is typical of our product, simple packaging, like mulberry, the fruit that for raising the leaf you use to raise the silkworm. But the fruit itself is a very good fruit. It's a black fruit full of anthocyanin or full of antioxidant or whatever. This you can also explain to your customer because they love to hear the story. This is very important that you have to tell them how good it is. And it's a local fruit, 100% organic. And another one, like another product that we have, olive bread spread, olive basilicum, pesto, sun-dried tomato. This is also a very good sale product. They have a passion fruit juice, pasteurized. This thing has 2 weeks of shelf life. It has to be stored in the fridge. We have magma juice, also rosella. And a typical another product is the fruit sauce, and fruit sauce is more liquidy than jam. Sauce you can add in ice cream, you can add in yogurt, less sweet. And we have sun-dried tomato. This is a typical Mediterranean the dishes like sun-dried tomato, put in salad or put on the bread. Just using local material to make more of the exotic food. And we also have started a salad bar with the Indian International School, so we have to provide it fresh every day. So it is something to serve because the school want to have healthy food for children. This is a choice that children and teachers can take. So we prepare this fresh every day. All things local, like the mushroom, like eggplant. So we grill them, make it more of Greek salad style. So together with our ingredients, so we start adding this variety in. So our distribution channel, as I told you, our customers usually the expat and the up hotel market. So it's a very expensive hotel who want to serve Lao produce because they want to bring the feeling of being Laos, be in Laos to consume Lao product. Our future plan, and maybe one day we have to really make sure that we can secure our raw material because now we are relying on the milk from Thailand. We have to travel up and down once a week. It's a lot of work. So we hope that one day if Lao Dairy ever emerge, we hope that we can cooperate with them. Which already now we are dealing with them right now, but still not yet ready because it's still on the price and things like that. So we hope that one day we can use the local ingredient 100%. And we also try to partnership with other organizations. Like today is a very good opportunity that I am able to make some connection with the green market here. So they are very happy to hear and to learn also, to see if there's something we can replicate there. This is something that my job right now. So thank you for listening to Saba's story. And if you have time to look at the website, our website is very old. This year we need to renew. But still nice picture there. And thank you very much again.
Okay, thank you so.
Thank you so much, Nongnut. It's very impressive in terms of it's a kind of good example how persons go to the quality. I try to very brief to write down the notes that I really appreciate what Nongnut just said. That she said she pay attention for everything, every detail for the quality, and make me think about the intrinsic value of the products that she go for the healthy products and constantly quality. And very appreciate that she really a pioneer in the green products in Laos. That is at least one example, though at the moment still expat. But we hope that more and more she can duplicate this model. She said the business model can be more duplicated. I hope that it can generate to a kind of price that affordable for other school kids also. And the last thing, I think that she talked so many things, but the last one I also pick up is about the handicap. How we really recognize the handicapped people as part of the team of the organization. That's very impressive. Maybe I think that I will move from the one single group, but to a bigger organization like CEDAC from Cambodia, who are really quite a biggest NGO in Cambodia, and founder Goma, who cannot make it this time, he just received Magsaysay Award 2 years ago. And now another important person from CEDAC, Keam Makarady, is a co-founding member of this organization, and he worked about 17 years already. So wow, it's quite a very remarkable career that he keep doing this. I'm very fortunate that we have a person. And he now responsible as the CEDAC Health and Environmental Program Directors. So I just wonder why you involved with I heard that you have about 10 green shop. Why from this kind of community development you involved with the channel, with the green shop? Can you tell a story?
Yeah. Okay, thank you again. And Arun Susday, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, first of all, I would like to thank you to organizing a committee, and special thanks to Han and Madam Wallapa that invite me to join this useful event, Mindful Market Forum. Yes, yesterday we learned a lot about the community agriculture, CSA, Community Agriculture Support. That we, yes, now today I would like to share my experience, also my CEDAC experience about how to link green product to market. Yeah. So I would like to stand to see my presentation also. Yes.
This one.
Okay.
Okay, you have to use this one. To the right.
Okay, I have 8 points to present to you. And yes, about the CEDAC background, we start since 98. Yes, and then I also special saying again that Madam Wallapa that have quote our vision during the opening remark that our vision is to build a Cambodian society where farmers enjoy very good living conditions and strong mutual cooperation with the right and power to determine their own destiny and capacity to supply healthy seafood for the whole society. Is our goal, our vision. Yes. And 17 years, CEDAC have provided direct assistance to the farmer community. And we have now we work with the farmer around 180 family, and we work most of the whole Cambodia, and now we work in 20 provinces in Cambodia. There are 2 success achievements of our activity. One is support to the farmer community. We promote ecological agriculture. Yes, so a farmer around 75,000 family involve our activity. Especially a farmer grow rice with our method is a system of intense education. And also we have a code called chicken grazing, pig grazing, etc. Yes. And yes, our second achievement is support to a community-based cooperative. Yes, this one activity is our saving for self-reliance that have a member of farmer, mostly a farmer, to be a member of the saving group. So we can save around 20 million US dollar. That is capital a farmer can invest in their farm. Yes, to convert monocrop, like before a farmer grow only rice per year, one time per year. So after they invest on the farm, they can produce more crop. Yes, like vegetable, also raising fish, chicken on their farm. So it is successful that farmer can get more product to develop in their farm, and also get more growing their economic condition. And then we also support the farmer to form the association based village. So about 1,000 village farmer association that we link together, and then we link to the national network we call Farmer and Nature Net. That's a big, yeah. And for this point, we also have a successful linking a farmer to market through our producer organization, and we have a social responsibility for the enterprise. So this, yeah, the answer that Madam Wallapa that have a question, how to have a story. Yeah, how to link a farmer to market. We start to open one shop in Phnom Penh since 2004. We start open this shop because our friend, especially CEDAC staff, find safety food, and then farmer also find the market, how to sell their product, safety product, green product or organic product to the market. So during this time, no private sector or no interest people open the shop. So CEDAC try to help pilot market and then open the shop. Yeah. At the first time, we collect only meal rice, only 10 ton sell per year. It's from a small. Yeah. And from 2006, we scale up our shop. The bigger shop, and also have other product. Yes, like hay or other local product like wine rice or other product, and white honey also at the shop. Yes, that's the first shop at CEDAC. And then in 2008, we have opened more shop. Yeah, in Phnom Penh, we opened 12 shop. Yeah, and so we have many producer and a producer group provide their product to sell at the shop. Yeah. And 2009, we set up one company. We call us CEDAC. It's a social enterprise. Because our goal for export, when we open the shop, one shop have many company and also interested people, including foreign company, interest our product. So that we register as a company at Ministry of Commerce, yes, and then this company is owned by mostly farmer, also CEDAC staff, and also CEDAC friend, yes, too. And then we start to export one container to the US since 2009. Yeah. And 2011, we hand over our shop to private sector because some interested people want to run their own business. So we hand over to them, and after hand over to the private sector, now from 12 shop come to 8 shop. It's a big challenge because many headache. But useful that have increase consumer, increase product come to the shop. And 2012, we also have a first shipment of organic certificate to the Germany, to Europe. So we successful like this because we reduce some factor in value chain of agri products. Like now we have from farmer to our shop that we can reduce like a broker, wholesaler, and retailer. So now retailer we sell at the national agri product shop, and also we can set the price. When farmers sell to shop, we can set up price to the farmer like a retailer shop. So it's most of it benefit to the farmer and also consumer. Our progress mostly is in 2013 and 2014. We have now we have 330 producer group to produce organic rice in 7 provinces and around 2,000 tons of paddy, not yet meal, of paddy. We link this product to the shop, the domestic market, and also half of this for export. Yes. Other product, yes, is organic vegetable that we have 19 group in 6 provinces in Cambodia, and we have member 240 member produce. Mostly they produce sell at their farm, but some product they bring to the shop. At least now in every week we got 3 tons of vegetable sell at the CEDAC shop. We call natural agri product shop. Yeah, for the meat, we also have a pig producer. Yes, yeah, we also get 5 pig per day, sell at the shop. And also we have a producer of a chicken, 14 chicken that produce a local chicken, not a CP chicken. Yes. So, yeah, about 50 chicken that can sell at the shop per day. Yeah. And sometimes some more event like New Year, Chinese New Year or other. So the chicken more demand from the consumer until 200 egg or 300. Yes. Yeah. How to set up the producer group that to ensure the quality, good quality of the product also to sell to the CEDAC market, CEDAC shop. So first we have a rapid assessment to the potential area that CEDAC implements or collaboration with the community. Yeah. And second, we have a consultation with a farmer. Yeah. And then we find the interesting farmer. Yeah, like pork farmer. Yes. Then we also add a potential farmer that want interest to convert their farm to organic. Yes. And yeah, and then we select a community to work to set up the principle or regulation of the group. Yeah, and also have set up the business plan of the group. Yes, and then we have register a member in the group. Yeah, and then they can pay a membership or also can invest or contribution some capital in the group. Yeah, we also organize a general assembly to adopt a status or regulation. Yeah. And then we capacity building to the committee of a group or cooperative by training, coaching, yeah, about the technical aspect like how to grow organic agriculture, and then also how to manage their group and how to lead the group. Yeah, and then at the end of the process, we register at the Provincial Department of Agriculture under the Ministry of Agriculture. Yes, to officially register. Yeah, to trust to our consumer, because we don't now in Cambodia we don't have a consumer association, so we have an individual consumer that support our product. So certification is important to trust consumer. So yeah, first we have to set up the producer group. Yeah, with have a strong strict vision or structure regulation as I mentioned before, and mostly meet the organic standard. Yes. In Cambodia, now we don't have a national standard. So then CEDAC try to set up organic standard, by own. And then we have consulting with the producer group and also with the consumer to set up organic standard by CEDAC. In the group, in the farm, we also set up an internal control system. We have a register member and also have a record book to record all activity in the farming. And also have a traceability system. We have a code of farmer, have a code of product. Now, since we don't have a certification body, CEDAC play role as a third party to inspect the production in the organic production of the farmer group. And for export, we that's right. For export, we also have hire some international certification body to inspect every year to our organic rice production. So that the certification body can provide a certificate for our export to the US and Europe. Okay, this system like this. So now we have a certification for fair TSA, fair, for the value chain we have like this. Don't have, So organic product we have a have a share responsibility. Yes. Producer group, which activity that can involve and respond, and CEDAC respond about the support of farming group, and also about the control to ensure the quality, and CEDAC shop also have provide hygiene or comply with organic standard, and also have a packaging or processing, etc. And consumer also involved responsible, has to know about organic or how to know about safety food. Yes, sometimes CEDAC organize the field trip of the consumer to the organic farm to see the farmer, interview with the farmer directly, and sometimes they can work with the farmer also, how to grow organic. We also share benefit. So for the consumer can have a safety food, and for the shop, we can employ more young people, especially for the student that come to learn in the university, so they can employ at the shop. Now we have around 60 employees at the shop. We also provide some more technique to the farmer group, like processing or packaging, and also provide some more technique for the organic agriculture more. We have other opportunity to run our business on organic shop. Yeah. Firstly, we have a growing demand of the organic product because consumers are aware about the impact of agrochemical pesticide fertilizer, so they interest to buy organic. And also now farmer that they have impact by the pesticide, so they convert their farm to organic way, because they are afraid to use a pesticide. Yeah. And now government policy also support organic farming, especially for the food standard. I think ASEAN said in 2015 also have opportunity also for the farmer that we can for the business on organic agriculture, because we can buy or sell organic product for all, not for not for rich men. Yeah. And also we have organic agriculture also most involved in adaptation or mitigation of climate change. In Cambodia, we have a growing interest of investors in organic agriculture. Now we have many company that contact with the CEDAC for expand their work or their business. Yeah. It's mostly for export. Now we have other company want to export to China, to like Hong Kong, also Taiwan. But we have other challenge that we try to capacity building of the farmer, how to be a professional producer, to be a commercial organic product. Yeah, and we also how to build a marketing cooperative. And also now we also have challenge for the mobilize fund to set up the center, because now when farmers send their product like a vegetable, fresh vegetable to the shop, so we have to store in the shop. Yes, we have other challenge like competition. Yeah. Yeah, I mentioned one more about the raising awareness food standard, because in Cambodia we don't have like I mentioned before, it's not yet have a consumer association, and also government still not active on this promotion. So we have to do like this. It's our main product, rice and vegetable at this shop. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Keam. Makarady, I think as we get back to hurry up a little bit now. And I think that at least Keam Makarady made it clear that when they start in 98, is deal with more than 100,000 farmers. So 6 years later, they have to start first shop as a channel to facilitate the work of producers' development. And their major crops is rice. It is a single crops. So then it's not only for domestic market, unavoidable, we have to export it to Europe, to Germany, this kind of thing. But I think that to answer the challenge from producer side, you seek the market outside because rice is more than consumption in the country anyhow. But I think that when they start to do livestock like pig, chicken and vegetable, I think that still facilitate domestic market, if I'm not wrong. And then you involve with the standard like ICS, internal control system. And then when you export, the third party certification. But I do hope that in the future, when you have consumer association, you can do PGS, participatory guarantee system, where the consumer pay the role a lot, like in the case of Saikasika, that the consumer is really part of ensure the quality and that we share responsibility. So maybe we move to Sangay, the film maker and farmer, and the young people start to rise up here already to listen Sangay. And he has so many colorful characteristics. I may not elaborate. Maybe let Sangay introduce yourself and tell your story.
Hello. Good morning to you all. It's a wonderful morning, and I'm very privileged to speak with two of my colleagues here, and a wonderful person moderating the show. First of all, I have a very simple presentation. I have 5 slides. Am I really colorful? Like it. Thank you. No animation, plain, simple, and organic, like all of us here. And I think I 3 parts here. Sorry, see, I just created this slideshow last night, so there's no number 3. Some of you laughing not at me, but the number here. Can I? Sorry. First of all, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm farmer Sangay, and I come from a country at the top of the world that is the birthplace of the gross national happiness, the very philosophy that challenges the economic paradigm, that always keeps us standing every now and then, and that leaves us high and dry without any purpose in life most of the time. And also a country that has boldly declared like to go 100% organic by 2020. And that is where I'm coming from. My name is Farmer Sangay, and Farmer Bob laughs. Because we are both farmers here. Now, I'd like to first introduce myself. Why Farmer Sangay? My actual name is Sangay Rinchen, but now I'm more known to the people as in my country as Farmer Sangay, and some people just, one time I still remember last few months back, a group of young students are talking just next to me about Farmer Sangay, and they actually don't know that I'm just next to them. So this kind of situation happening. And I like to just tell myself, who is Farmer Sangay? Everything is Farmer Sangay here, actually. I like farming, and I'm kind of farmer that I really like to work with my hands, like use the livestock and like do everything myself in the field. I'm not a big fan of machine. I never have any machine in my farm. Just have 8 acres of land. It's just close to like 2 hectares, and it's a family farm. I was also advised by some of the government officials in the offices to lease big land from the government and do a commercial farming, but I'm not interested. So I'm still going to go on with my family farm. And this year I'm very happy because it's also the International Year of Family Farming. That's still me. And I also like selling things. I like marketing. But what do I like? I like marketing farm produce, organic farm produce. So I also started an organic, small organic shop, which also now you call it a green shop in the capital Thimphu. Some of you who visited Thimphu must have also been there, I'm sure. It's in the farmer's market. That is also me selling the goods, and also this big picture in the middle. Also me again. I look different now, but I also like acting very much. I'm very passionate about acting. Also, I was also on quite a lot of newspapers and the media and Like Farmer Bob is saying, so many media around in the country are very curious about why these young crazy guy wants to become a farmer when his rest of his friends wants to become an engineer or doctor or like teacher, wants to go to Australia to work or maybe, travel to US and all of that. I always talk on the Facebook about, let's go back home and let's dig some soil and, grow some tomato and all of that. So people just become more curious. As far as some people at Taiwan, they came to this, cover me in the cover photos and all of that. And also I like traveling. That's in Amazon in Brazil. I've been to like 18 countries in the world. Talk to all the crazy farmers, discovering their stories and knowing some big giant business corporations and like. So I really like traveling also. And I also like drawing, painting, and that's me, my self-portrait. Few years back I drew that. This picture hidden here, I was actually talking to farmers, a lot of farmers in my own country, but it's hidden there. I also like sharing ideas with a lot of people, like especially farmers, sharing new ideas, how to do agriculture in a manner that is more helpful and beneficial to everyone, like new technologies. And also I like sharing my own philosophy of life. And the philosophy of my life I have shared to some of the global audience, and they have really appreciate my idea. And that is I call it Happy Green Cooperative, where I'm working as right now. The cooperative that I'm working for. And who's Farmer Sangay? No one. Right? It's neither a farmer nor I also directed this film. It's called The Farmer. But whatever I have done here is everything that circulates around farming concept, the concept of farming. I make films about farming. I paint and draw about farming. I like to have a mono show exhibition on farming paintings. So everything that I do is about farming. The purpose of my own life, I want to change the face of the farmers. First in Bhutan, and especially for the young people. I like to make a farming as exciting as the life of a professor who travels all around the world giving talks and speeches. A doctor who earns lot of money. A painter. So I like to just change the face of farming in the world. Because right now, what happens? All the people in the world, they just talk about healthy food, sustainable food movement. They forget talking about farmers. We can't just have a milk without talking about the cow, right? So now my motto for life is to change the face of farmers. And then from all of this that I have in me, the passion, I have created something called, I have formed something called Happy Green Cooperative. And in this, our theme is Green Initiatives and Innovations in Pursuit of Gross National Happiness. It's too much to talk about gross national happiness. But then, simply I would say, if there's a color for happiness, must have been green. The green is sustainable, green is humble, green is also more friendly, and I would say if we want to have happiness, if that is sustainable and creative and green, we should do it through a cooperative. Then we call it Happy Green Cooperative. It's formed by young people. We started with 19 young people in 2010. And we are also still led by young people. I'm 30 now, old man. Farmer Bob, I'm still younger than you, by the way. And we are a social enterprise with a philosophy of every member as a social change maker. Sometimes in a society, some people stand out at the top and say, I am the change maker. I can change the world. But I personally believe we can change the world if we are all a change maker. Maybe I'll grow a food that can change the world. But if you guys don't consume what I grow, I can't do anything. I might keep growing for a week's time. Maybe I'll have to stop because nobody likes it. I'll just go into depression and whatever. So we believe that every member in a cooperative is a change maker, a partner. And we stand for 3C, creation of employment for young educated people, especially in the agriculture sector. Creation of market for our farmers, using the products of the farmers. We like to create employment for the young people and cater to the happy people. And creation of, by doing this too, like to create social well-being in the society. Because in every society that we talk about, poverty, unemployment, marginalized, whatever, disability, whatever, we talk about two ends of the society, young people and rural communities. People like us, who are in between. So if we can create employment for the young people, can create market and generate income for the farmers, then we feel that we are creating well-being in the society. That's how we are trying to focus ourselves. And we started with 19 young people in 2010, and now we have, in 2012 we have 30 members, 6 young people. Now in 2014 we have 200 members, out of which 40% are farmers, 20% are still young people, and rest we have the supporters, the consumers, and our well-wishers. So we sometimes, some of the people, the members, they just ring me up and say, Farmer Sangay, what are we? Are we a farmers cooperative, or are we a young people's cooperative, or are we a farming cooperative? They will say, no, we are no one. We are happy cooperative. As long as you are happy, as long as you are willing to cooperate, we're people's cooperative. And that's how we still explain ourselves. But it's very complicated for some government office or some people who are bound by books to also keep the record. But then this is how we like to express ourselves. And we believe in agriculture as a mother of all culture, no matter what. You can sit here, you can think like, any aliens or whatever, but you are also the product of a culture. And that culture in the world is born from agriculture. Agriculture is the mother of all culture. The way that you look at me, this funny man with the spiky hairstyle, with the tail ponytail at the back, and colorful shoes and whatever, it just projects so different to all of you. And that perception actually came from agriculture. And all these days, the shoes or whatever, everything is agriculture actually, it's culture. And agriculture is the mother of all culture. And sometimes we like to alienate ourselves from the soil, the mother earth, and we think, the farmers are dirty, or this farm produce is not good, they talk about dignity of labor, they think it's a little bit smelly and all that. But if you think deeply, from your inner side, it's the agriculture again. And in our that's like the young members in our cooperative. We were also advocating for different agriculture campaigns, and we also host different winter student camps that we travel into the farms and rural areas where our farmers are located. And also we time to time put up advocacy shows in the farmers market, in the public places on different issues that concerns our farmers, the movement of the organic food and the market. That's about Happy Green Cooperative. Now I move into a simple example of we create our own market. How we are creating our own market in Happy Green Cooperative. We always think positive. We always think when somebody is we always take advantage of any situations. When we find mountains, we feel like trekking. We never think that it's impossible to climb. When we find the sea, we feel like swimming. So that's always the challenges we take it very positively. When that's what we are saying. An example of how we create our market, we have done several things, but this is one classic example that we are undertaking at the moment. So I'm giving this right now. Example, in Bhutan, let's say, we don't have any agrochemical industry or factory in the country. So we are very safe. We also regulate the agrochemicals that we import from the rest of the world. So we're very safe. That way, our products are already like 100% natural, whatever farmers doing. So we import like almost every value-added products from 95% from India and also rest from Bangkok and Europe and all of that. So we depend so much on the snacks, for instance, chips. We do have small local processed chips, but then we depend a lot largely on the Lays, PepsiCo, and then of course then we also talk about going 100% organic and be happy in Bhutan and all of that. So people like us, we are not very happy with that, Lays and Pepsi and coming to Bhutan. So what we did, what happens in the long run? We have at the national level we have a balance of trade issues, right? Because we have to always spend outside. We don't have so much to export and we have to import a lot. And at the local level we have waste management issues because Lays, nobody responsible. Everybody kicks the plastic and we can't go to a Pepsi owner and tell them that you have to pick up the Lays bag, plastics. So what happens? We have a waste management issues, environmental issues, and it more than anything, it hampers a lot of local economy that we have in the country. People choose to go for more advanced products like imported ones, and there's no storage behind food. The bad thing is you eat a Lays and then that's enough of it. You can't talk about it, right? So there's no story behind food, and it's unethical in fact. And at the individual level, the food that you eat is unanimous. You don't know what you're eating. My God. That's the problem, right? If you don't know what you're eating, then in long run, you also don't know who you are yourself. Then we lose our identity. We are what? I'm a Lays eater. I'm a Coke drinker kind of a thing, right? And also, along with it, we lose culture. If we continue like that for 20 years, 30 years from now, then we lose how to grow our potatoes. Because the potato chips come from potato. And we lose how to sing when we grow potatoes. And we lose how we hire labor for growing potatoes. And we lose, more importantly, the potato itself. Then the food is lost. What is happiness without a food, a free food, a healthy food, right? So that situation gave us the birth to creating our brand of happy snacks. We call it happy snacks. Why? That is the kind of snacks we are dreaming that will bring happiness to everyone. At the national level, at the local level, at the individual level, at any level. Psychological, of course, very much. So now, keeping in mind what we formed for, right? We use local potato of our farmer members of the cooperative to create chips. In between, we have created employment. We have also used not just the potato of our farmers, but also spices like chili, like peppermint, like coriander, like onion, and the cheese and all of that. We create more market for our farmers. We have already fulfilled two aims that we stand for. And also more than anything, we have created happiness there. Happy chips. And do you know what happens now? Some people just ring me up and just message me on the Facebook saying, do you have some happiness? And I was like, yeah, love it, man. Just come down by, we can talk about happiness. And they will say, no, we need some happy chips. But we are still at the initial stage. How do we create our market? Because our competitor right now, we are a very small, small scale producer. We haven't not even launched our products officially right now in the country. Of course, we like to go 100%, like go to every market and every shops and every people's kitchen and all that. But we're still very young. So what happens? The competitor is very strong. The importers, right, especially. Because it's just easy money. They don't have to talk to the farmers. They don't have to talk funny like me and all of that. They just have to sell because the Pepsi have done the whole damage to the people's mind and it's just easy to sell it. So what do we have to do? We have to create our own market. We went to different schools in Thimphu and we talked to the principals and also we found a young student, a food movement in Thimphu, in Bhutan, and it's called the Youth Initiative for Local Food. And these guys actually, instead of us, go to their schools, school management, to the principal and say, in our canteen, in our cafeteria in the school, we don't like Lays. Maybe we should go for some local food. And the principal would say, what do we have in local food? And they would say, oh, farmer Sanjay's apple chips. Very simple. And now what happens? There are 10 schools in Thimphu who have agreed to go. And they have even run a lot of programs on the national broadcaster and also on the YouTube and all of that. Go local. See, approve this local potato chips. And now we are supplying to 10 schools in Thimphu. And now we are attempting to supply to 10 canteens in the cafeteria, to 10 ministries in Thimphu, just whole capital. And in next 2 months, we'd like to go for 10 NGOs cafeterias. We have a lot of NGOs in Thimphu, of course. And we would like to attend to 10 big shops in Thimphu. And now what happens? We'd like to replicate that by next year to 10 districts. And in Bhutan, we just have 20 districts. In 2 years, if we go for half a country, capturing the whole capital with local food, and profit from here doesn't go to buying this coal here and wearing the clothes. It goes to creating the farmers, the loan, giving free seeds to the farmers, giving employment for the young people, and creating the brand for our own country. And that's why we call it the happy chips. And the last, of course, very last, in our cooperative we have also made a film that I can't show now because of course it's just 2 minutes, but I mean, you can also watch it on maybe YouTube or whatever. But we have also now we have decided every year we would like to produce one film about farming, and it will always be called The Farmer. The Farmer. It's not the farmer Sangay, it's called The Farmer. Like to advocate about the lives and the situation of the farmers in Bhutan, and of course also talk about the farming in the world. I'd like to thank you so much for listening to me, and we can interact more. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sangay. I think that he's a really communicator than farmer, I guess, because some Bhutanese said that, look at your hands. This is the farmer hands. But I think that we need this kind of young people to be the voice of food and farming campaigning. And that is the role of communicator and filmmaker. And I think that he really dear to young people who are now left their rural community and migrate to Thimphu. And from the 50,000 population now, Thimphu have, I think,
Close to 200,000.
200,000 in a very recent years. That is become a problem of use with drug and all kind of things. And the work of Sangay really raise awareness among the youth and farming. I think that is important. Maybe we open the floor now, and how we have really an issue to discuss with our 3 speaker. Please, and please briefly tell who you are. Yeah. So all the speakers make it very clear to us, unless we feel that. Yeah, we say it, we tune.
Good morning. Farmer Sangay, that you also present yourself that you like to travel and you like to do something different. But when you travel, when you come for a conference, who will be managed? Who is the one who manage your farm and manage your your work in Bhutan?
Very interesting question. I think that is where I'm trying to get to all of you, right? The image of a farmer is so narrow to being a full-time on a farm with a space and all of that. So what I'm doing right now is I'm advocating for a part-time farming. This year, towards the end of the year, I'm going to grow winter potatoes for our factory. So I'm going to the south of Bhutan and growing potatoes. But in my whole life, I can suspect that I will always be a part-time farmer. So we have in Bhutan 4 seasons. We can grow in winter, 3 months, winter, summer, spring, and autumn. And I always choose from one season to another season next year. So So next year I will be doing something different again. And what I normally do is I find out something interesting for the season, and I plan, and I actually go in that season to do everything myself, involve myself. And the rest, as I already said, I'm a big fan of small family farming. So I have my mother, who's 72, but still very happy and strong, walking around the field, and I have my sister and my brother-in-law, and that's what I really believe. Farming is such a liberty, it's such a freedom, and one should not walk down just thinking farming as a business, and that you have to go from 9 to 5, and so that's what I'm trying to fashionize the farming, actually. So, yeah, that's what I can say.
It's a pastime farmer. It's good. Yeah. Anyone else? Yeah, please, sign out.
Thank you. I'm Zainal from SBI Lapica Messina. I have 3 questions for 3 speakers. One is for Sauban. Yes. Have you bad experience if you get face the milk is out of standard, and then maybe you have a plan B to import milk for your products. In Indonesia, we have the experience. For example, the milk in the food industry, and also the company like Nestle and Unilever, they said that we use milk from farmer, but in fact the company import milk from Australia. This is problem. And the second for CEDAC, I know that you have successfully export to Germany and Poland and I authorized. I propose it is a link with the climate change. For us in Africa, the export is produce its emission because the long transportation. I think we consider how we focus on the local market or to reduce the climate change. Even though we have maybe we have lost profit. And the third for Bhutan, thank you for your good presentation. Yes, for us for Lapica Messina is the symbol of the food sovereignty. As go food local food, and also increase your farmer to farming, and based on your experience, I have the maybe it's not good purpose for this campus because I saw the Starbucks.
Yeah.
In the desert, we have the organic coffee of Thailand from the province. So I propose if it is good if we have the Thailand organic coffee in this campus.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very good, Sino. Very good. And I will use Sino questions as okay, Lawrence, and then we wrap up now. The last one from Lawrence.
Thank you very much. I'm Lawrence. I'm a short-term technical advisor based in Laos, working on environment and natural resource program. But I'm from Uganda, in Eastern Africa. My question to all of you, number one is, where do you see your future market? I'm looking at the whole ASEAN. Where do you see your future market? Because all of you are talking about scaling up, going to 10 districts, going to the whole country. Who will buy? Number two is, I want to just supplement that the lady from Laos, the continuous improvement and cost cutting. That is a very important factor which every one of you should put in practice. You should always try to improve quality, improve partnership production system. That is good. And the man from CEDAC, Cambodia, you say you at one time you had to go private. I mean, the number of your shops that reduced to 8. What did you learn? and what can we learn from that. And then finally, I want to ask you to talk about competition. Competition is very healthy, and you should always try to make competition very healthy. And as I can see, all of you are talking about, as I said, scaling up and expanding the business. You are doing similar things within your country, in the region. So what we need to do is not competition. What we need to do is now positioning. The word we should be using is positioning, not competition, because competition we are not going to manage. If you are small scale and you want to compete with someone who started in 1970 and you started in 2010, you're likely to face problem because this person has already built a niche, has already created networks which you cannot break. So don't talk about competition, but talk about positioning. If someone is producing the packaging material, connect with that, position yourself in the value chain of that person so that you can do a healthy business. Otherwise, competition reaches a level where there are many strategies. One bad strategy of it is called attack strategy. And it can happen where there is competition. So as a result of this, I want you to position your market so that you can help each other. But pay attention to future market. Thank you.
Okay, I think that we keep Sainao and Lawrence at the closing now. Sainao have a question first to Nongnut about raw material, about the milk. But the second question that we would like to ask every speaker to for Lawrence about future of the market. So Nongnut, please.
Yes. Maybe I don't get your question properly. You asked about sourcing for raw material. Yeah. Right now we have import 100% fresh milk from Thailand, and in my future I want to reduce that because transportation, handling fresh milk is very difficult. The traveling time is like it takes us the whole day, from morning till from 6 to 6 in the evening, crossing the border, loading milk in our cold truck and cross the border back and clear all the tax. Those things is a lot of work. So we will be very happy if we can get raw material within the country. Well, even the price is the same for us, we don't mind. And we are very happy to have to support a local material because this will support farmer also. Then you can already initiate or support the new activity, new farmers to start the dairy farm, for example. If you never start with the local, of course Laos will never be able to start any business if you keep buying from outside. This is my opinion. And importing milk from other countries, it's cheaper. I'm sure doing with powder milk is a lot cheaper. I would not do that unless you have to produce very far away, like in the north of Laos, where the transportation is very hard. So what we are doing now, we're giving training how to make yogurt out of powder milk for a rural area. Because yogurt is very healthy with probiotic bacteria, will help to improve the nutrition status of Laos. This kind of thing we will do in a place where it's difficult to get fresh milk. Or you can even make yogurt out of other milk like soy milk, of corn milk. So this thing we are now conducting a research now, doing yogurt out of the other kind of milk. You may have to add lactose sugar or you have to add to standardize a little bit to get a certain environment for bacteria to grow. This thing can be developed further so that why people don't have to always eat yogurt from milk. You can make yogurt out of corn milk, rice milk, almond milk, those kind of things, soy milk. This is something that alternative product.
And the second question of Lawrence about future of the market.
Future of the market, I always prefer domestic market. I think you have to eat on the spot. This is a very low cost. How you say you can reduce the global warming. If you're talking about this, transportation, it will add to the cost. If you can source the material around the area and get the local consumer to eat, this is a very good way. And you can replicate the same thing in a different location, sourcing different material. Then you have to adjust your ingredient. So I think for me, positioning for us is you have to know your product also. You have to differentiate your product that you are different from them. Of course, you have competitor, but having competitor is a good sign that you are doing well also. If people want to imitate you or want to compete, that means your business is doing well. This is a good sign also. But then you have to how to make your product different from them, or better, or in what way. I don't know. This is you have to work on that.
Thank you so much, Nongnut, how the integrity of doing the products and the business. Thank you so much.
Okay, related to the Sanel and Roland question, yes, about the market. So I think first we create the shop. We think about our food for family, healthy food for family. So when we create the shop, our purpose is only the domestic market and only the local market. Yes, we don't want to export. We don't think for export. Yes, and so our family, our friend of CEDAC can buy some accessory product in the shop. Yeah, and after from the gold product, so many company can contact us to provide offer them for export. Yes, so like that we don't want export, but sometimes they offer. So why we don't scale up. So for export we also have a benefit to the farmer. After we export, we also get the fair trade. They can we get a certification about the fair TSA. So consumer pay more, about 4.5% to the farm get price of the farmer. So this fund they can provide, they can use for the community development. They can build like a community house or canal or road in their community. So it's a benefit to the farmer. We know about emission of the climate change, but we try to now for the export market. Maybe we not export to other country, Western country, maybe around Cambodia. Yes. Now we're looking to China. That many demand from China. Yeah, and so for the scale up our shop, we don't want to. We want to open shop in the province, not in town in Phnom Penh city. We go to other province. We can open the community shop that all community of farmer or consumer can buy. Not need to travel to Phnom Penh and also buy some safety product. So yes, it is our goal in the market.
Yeah, thank you. So Sangay, please.
I will try to answer like what you suggested about the branding, right? And the future market together. In fact, if you have a very good ethical product, then the market is the global world. It's just so close that we can market to any place in the world now. But however, our happy green, what we are thinking, what we believe is, we like to be the key player in the local market, because it's the people's economy that we believe in, and other people that we are working with are the local people, that are farmers and the young people. So we always believe in that. And how we strategize to keep ourselves strong in the market is, we are on a cooperative model. So we are not really concerned about the competitors. They can come in, they can go out, but we feel that as long as we build our membership, let's say in Thimphu, capital of Bhutan, we have close to 200,000 people residing there, working in the government or business and everything. And we are targeting by 2020, we'd like to have at least 20,000 members in Thimphu. That's what we are targeting at. And if we have that one, then we'd like to have our own brand, the green shop, where a cooperative store where we can get supply the farmers produce value-added products and everything from there. So the members keep on coming there, because also we feel that through a cooperative model we can have a price competitive. We can offer all the services and benefits from the store. And also, more than anything, every member actually is a part owner of the cooperative. So they would be so proud of coming to buy from there, because at the end of the year they will also get an annual dividend. And that's how we like to compete ourselves and be the key player in the local market. And also our brand, we are branding on a. In fact, I went to a couple of schools, like I said, and then some people are saying, oh, he's a chip seller. Farmer Sangay is a chip seller. Interesting, right? And then I smiled and said, no, I'm not marketing chips, I'm marketing ideas. And in fact, yes, that's what we strongly believe in. We might do several things from now, once we enter in the market, including like the jam, yogurt, whatever. But we always attach to this, an idea that can change life. And that's what we strongly believe in. Our marketing strategy is our ideas. We share ideas and like to change lives through these ideas. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think all the speakers try to make clear that we try to bring food economy home, and that is why we are organizing this mindful market here, but see how the step can be. So thank you so much, and give an applause to our speaker again, and return the floor.